Hey guys, it's Darlene and welcome to my channel. Alright, so today's video is a makeup tutorial. I am going to do half a face. So I created this look, but I'm going to show you the difference between doing half a face and some of the tips and techniques that I use to minimize bags, minimize the tear troughs, the wrinkles, the dark circles, give a lifting effect to the eyebrows, the jaw, the cheekbones, all those tips and tricks that I use. Literally, we're gonna do before in front of your face. I'm gonna do it exactly step by step so that you can see. And so yeah, without further ado, let's go ahead and begin. If you're already subscribed to my channel, I want to say thank you so very much. If you are not yet subscribed, be sure to hit that subscribe button and that notification bell, and that way you won't miss out on any videos. All right, this was a lot of fun. It's amazing what makeup and makeup techniques can do. I have had, just as a disclaimer, I have never had Botox. I have never had IPL, I've never had laser treatments, I've had injections in my nasolabial folds one time 15 years ago, so I've never had fillers aside from that one time, never plastic surgery, nothing. So everything you see is God-given or genetics. So my point in that is that you don't need to spend, thousands and thousands of dollars. Now look, what I'm showing you is not permanent. You're gonna take off the makeup, and yes, the bags are still gonna be there, and the lack of a jaw and all of that, that's still gonna be there. I don't care. For me personally, it's like, okay, this is me. But a few simple tips and tricks with makeup that can make us look a little younger, a little youthful, or our skin glow a little more. Hey, yay. And it doesn't take that much time. So anyways, let's jump in. So the first thing I am gonna do, obviously I'm gonna do my full face today. I'm only gonna do half to show you how makeup and techniques can change things, but I am gonna put my under eye patches on from Coco Star. These feel so good. I keep them in my little mini fridge, and then they depuff, help with the lines, and they just feel good. The other thing is they'll catch any fallout from the eyeshadow, although the eyeshadow I'll be using today has virtually no fallout. And I'm using a new palette, but from a brand that I absolutely love, and I will talk more about. There's so much goodness in this, like hyaluronic acid stuff. It literally kind of runs down your face, which is great because I run into those nasolabial folds. Okay, so I'm gonna open this new palette from Real Her. I'm excited to see these colors. So this will be the third palette that I have gotten. They always put the sweetest note. I'm not going to read it again. I've kind of talked about this in other videos, and I am going to do Amazon favorites, so which will be the next video. So this will be in there, and I'll talk a little bit more about it. But these are definitely heading a little more towards fall, but still have a lot of spring color or summer. But still have a lot of summer colors. Love these palettes. Have everything you need. So good. One is an eyelid primer. Okay. The purpose of an eyelid primer at my eye, are you your age? I'm assuming everybody's my age. So I'm going to do this side. Okay. The purpose of the eyelid primer is to, of course, help adhere the eyeshadow. And make it last longer and all of that. But the purpose of the eyeshadow primer is to hide the little imperfections. So those little blue lines that we get, or the little broken capillaries, that hides those very well. You could also use a concealer, but you could see right off the bat that this eye looks a little bit brighter just by simply using the eyeliner primer. Now I am trying a new product out from City Beauty. It is Oh, you guys are gonna be excited about this one, but I'm not gonna tell you, you know me, I use my skincare products for 30 days. This one is a lid lifting treatment designed specifically for the crepiness and the hoodedness of eyelids. So excited. If you that have watched my channel, you know I don't really use a lot of brow products. Okay, so what I'm going to use is, this is Merit 1980 Brow. Love this. They have it in 3 colors. It's a tiny little applicator. It looks like a mascara applicator. And what I love about this is, first of all, I love the 1980s. Oh, everything was bigger back then. You should have seen my hair. Spiral perm down to my booty. I had big hair, and that was the style back then. I used to have 2 salon ladies work on my hair because I have thick hair, and it was super long and spiral perms. Do y'all remember who had a spiral perm in the day? So I love this product. I'm not a big try a lot of brow products. I just don't. But this one, when I tried it, I was like, oh, I'm hooked. That's it. Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Definer, which is what I've used for years, can move to the back of the line. Because this one, first of all, it's super easy to use. I just brush through my hairs. It darkens them, and the other thing it does is lift them. So I'll go through it a couple times and then look at the difference. I really don't have to say anything. 1, it looks fuller, and 2, it looks more lifted. Step 3 would be application of eyeshadow. So it's not necessarily the eyeshadow you pick a palette that you love. I would pick a good palette. I'm using Real Her, and this one is Embrace Yourself. I have discussed this brand. It is geared towards empowering women, and I love that. So all of their products, from lipsticks to eyeshadows to blushes, have affirmations. So when you're putting on your lipstick and it says, you know, love yourself, or I am radiant, you know, makes you feel good. All right, so this is a new palette to me. Let me take a look here. I am going to go in with Accepting, which is this really pretty color here. This looks like it'll make a nice transition color. What I'm actually going to probably do is take Accepting and Uplift, which are next to each other, and I'm going to blend them to do this transition. I knock off any excess. There's not a lot of kickback in these shadows, but I do knock off what I need. And with a very light hand, I go very, very high up. So the amount of space between the eyeshadow and my eyebrow is very limited. We are going to, of course, highlight that area to give it a more lifted look. So what do? I just do little sweeping circles back and forth, and I go high up and I go out, 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 out. I'm not worried if I get eyeshadow out here. This is not a problem, and I will show you why later. But the big thing is that we go up and high. Now, I usually take the same brush when I go in, and I'm going to go in with Change, which is this beautiful burgundy color. And I am going to go with the pointed end up and into the crease. Okay, so still lifting, and I'm just going even a little higher than the crease, but I'm in the crease, but kind of blending into the first 2 colors that we used. And then I'm still going into Change, and this is a stunningly gorgeous color. Ooh, can I see this with some chocolate knit sweaters? Ooh, this is beautiful. God, I love their palettes, y'all. Love them. So we're just staying on the outer V here. Beautiful. We'll do a little blending later. So that's what we have so far. Now, you know this girl's a shimmer girl. And I also, let me look at this. This is probably not bright enough. So I'm going to go into the Conquer From Within palette, which is this beautiful summer palette. Gorgeous pinks, purples. Love this. I've done a look with this. I'm going to go in. They have Believe, which is a very nice white, bright color here. Won't stay open. And I'm going to hit right under the brow, okay? And just highlight, giving that lifted effect, and just really hitting that tiny little amount of space that we gave and brightening that up. Okay, I am going to go in with Adored, which is this shimmer here, okay? Now you don't have to do shimmers, and this isn't, let me make sure you understand, the purpose of this video is not how to do a no makeup day or anything like that. I've done videos like that. I am going to take that shimmer, look at this color. Oh, beautiful. And I'm just going to go right over, what did we use? Change. I'm going to go right over change and head towards the middle of the eye. So we're just kind of doing an ombre effect where we're just blending. And then I need a lighter color. I prefer a shimmer, and I don't really see one. Faith is too orange. So I am going to go in with Conquer From Within, and I'm going to go in with Victorious, which happens to be this pretty champagne color, which I think is going to go very, very well. There isn't anything that this color doesn't go well. And so then I start from the inner corner and work my way and blend the two together. Now I will have to take a small brush into Victorious and get that inner corner because my nails are a little too long for that. And I also tend to start to bring it down because I am going to hit that lower lash as well. Okay, so I am, let me see. Back to this palette. Let me just look and see if there's anything else. Man, that gold is so pretty. If we were in fall, yes, indeed, I would definitely do that. So now I'm just taking a clean brush, and I am going to go into Accepting, which is that little darker brown, and I kind of just want to blend that up a little bit. I've never used these particular colors, so bear with me here, because, you know, if I was doing the pink look, I already know what I'd be doing. And then I gotta go in with Adored again because I feel like we need to really blend those two together. And beautiful. Okay, now let's talk about eyeliner. Okay, you all know, if you've watched my channel, I never, shouldn't say never, 99.9%, I never take up space up here. I take up the space by using false eyelashes that have a black band to them, so it's like having eyeliner. So if you are a person that just absolutely must use eyeliner, okay, so I would recommend doing a tight line. And a tight line just means on the inner corner, or in the inner side of your, on your waterline. So whether it be your upper waterline or your lower eyelid waterline. Okay, so I use the upper. I use Estee Lauder's Double Wear in Coffee. This does not really transfer very much to the lower, which I like because I'm just going to do the upper. And the other thing is I'm going to use a brown versus a black. So it is going to give not so dramatic of a look. And when I come to the end, I do a flick up. There's a reason for that, and I will tell you that later when we're doing the lower lashes. So, sorry, I'm looking down at my mirror. And it doesn't take that much, and there we go. Now, you're thinking, oh, that's gonna make your eyes smaller. It doesn't. That, to me, is not true. So, we've got a lifted look with the eyeshadow, but really what's gonna set it off is eyelash, false eyelashes. So, I just got a new order in from Lily Lash, yay! So, Diamond Light is one of my favorite. These are very wispy, very natural, very light. I like them. I also like Goddess, and then for more dramatic, I picked up Luxe. Luxe, the difference, okay, let me see. The eyelashes that you want to pick for a more lifted look are the ones that will start smaller in the corner, be the highest in the middle, and then go out. So between Goddess and Diamond, I'm going to go with Diamond because we are going to do the most natural of the lashes that I have. So these are brand new, so that means they have not been cut. So I have to look at them, and then I look, and then I see that I'm going to need to cut off the end, and you want to cut off this end, not the inner end. Although if there is a little, kind of a little plastic piece at the end on the inner corner, you want to cut that off or it's going to drive you crazy. And go slow with this process. The other thing is to give it a little kind of, you know, form it. I show you at the same time because I can't see. I have to do it at an angle. But all you're doing is running the lash glue along the entire band. The band is black, which is great. And I concentrate more on the ends and the middle. But of course, I get it all. Now, the big trick to this, literally, again, this is the first time I'm using it. Once you use it the first time, they sort of conform to your eyes. So I am gonna just take and just kind of shape it. The other thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna turn the fan on, so bear with me for a minute. Believe me, if I could have it on full time, I would, because it gets hot in here, because there's no window behind me. There's no light. So it's box lights and all of that. So I put it where the fan is. It starts out very white, and then it'll go translucent. That's when you know it's ready, so you want it tacky. I start at the middle of the eye, and then I go to the end, the outer corner, and then I go in. And I would always say, this is my opinion, that a brand new pair of lashes always takes the longest, because once you can reuse these, that's the whole purpose. And by the way, did my eye just go from looking 3 times bigger than this eye here? I think so. And then I always take a look down and give a push in the center and talk about the face, okay? So I'm gonna take this one off because they actually will start to dry out, and then they've done their job, let's say that. And we do have all of the serums on that I start with. And the only other thing is City Lips. I did a lip scrub first, and I have a new tool I'm gonna share with you on Amazon favorites. And then did a lip scrub, and then put the City Beauty lip plumping lip gloss in, and I overfill. So that's doing its job. Now let's talk about the skin. Okay, so the first thing, City Beauty Skin Perfecting Daily Veil Sunscreen. That's 100% going to make your skin look younger, because we're not going to get age spots. It's also going to look smoother. Why? Because City Beauty's Skin Perfecting Daily Veil has dimethicone in it, which will give the skin the most smoothest feel and fills in the pores. So you can just put your pore filler to the side. Now, if you want to, you know, have a super special occasion and you want to double up on the pore filler, go right ahead. I'm going to do the forehead because nothing's really going to change on my forehead as far as, you know, lifting or anything like that, or lines or anything like that. So I'm just going to do my entire forehead and my entire nose, by the way. So we have the Skin Perfecting Daily Veil on. Now you could see, look, I look whiter here than I do here. This will blend in. Okay, so give it some time if you don't want to wear makeup or anything and you're going for a no makeup day. Well, I have the solution for you. Anyways, the next step is Winky Lux. This is one of my most newest favorite things. Like, I'm obsessed by it. This is a tinted moisturizer. This is really all you need, and actually this is too much. I always keep wanting to put enough for both sides of my face. So it is a tinted moisturizer. What does it do? Well, one, it will, because the Skin Perfecting Daily Veil will have a slight white cast. Again, over time it sinks into the skin. Okay, if we gave it enough time, it would sink into the skin. But this will give, one, it's a moisturizer, so it's going to moisturize your skin. Two, it's going to give it a glow, which makes the skin look youthful. Use my hand here. And I found the best way to put this on is with your fingers. I don't say that with a lot of products, but I've tried it every which way, and the best way is definitely with your fingers. So we could stop here with skin, because if you look here, okay, I'm gonna show you. Here's before. Okay, kind of looks a little dull. not a lot of life to it. And then we go over here. And this is no foundation. And by the way, you can bring that moisturizer right up under the eye. It will not affect anything. Beautiful to me. Now we smile. This looks bigger than this. It also looks lifted. It's just makeup. It's the way you put it on. Next, I like a little bit more illumination to my skin because it is summer, so we're gonna go with the L'Oreal Glotion in 903. Take a very small amount. It's literally a dot. I start it at the cheek because that's where, if we were in the sun, we, you know, our little cheeks get that, you know, flush of color, and then it goes all over except for under the eyes. I do not put it under the eyes, but we go over the nose, everywhere that the moisturizer went. I know I'm getting a little bit on this side. And all that does is that makes that little apple of the cheek pop more, and it gives this beautiful glow to the skin. So, before, after, before, after. Now, we're going to take it to a next level, and let's talk about contour and concealer. They have their place. So, I don't have cheekbones, pronounced cheekbones, or a strong jawline. Wasn't born with it. So, I will take under your cheekbone. You can feel, where's my cheekbone? And start here and just kind of do a little swirl, just a little swirl. And then under the jaw, you're gonna go up a little bit and then under that jaw. Okay, so that's what it looks like that. I am gonna do my nose. Sometimes I do it, sometimes I don't. I don't know. The nose is not a huge thing for me. I can't do half my nose, so we're just gonna do the full nose. And with my finger, if I had a smaller version of the L'Oreal Infallible, which is what I'm using, I would use it. I take a little brush. Actually, I'm going to take this one right here. And I am going to, this takes a little longer than I like. I like things to be a little fast. And I'm kind of just bringing it up. And this is just going to slim the nose a little bit. It's not like I have, you know, a nose that really needs that much slimming, but we can slim the nose. Okay, I know it looks ridiculous now, but give me a minute. So then I'm going to take a Blendiful. I have one designed specifically for contour, and what I'm going to do is literally lightly just blend this in. And I'll tell you, these Blendifuls from Tati Beauty are the perfect tool for foundation. Although I'm not wearing foundation today. This is it, guys. Well, this is a kind of a sort of a no makeup skin look. So this is all I've done is just blend this in and kind of go around that apple of the cheek and then go up. Here, I want a very square jaw because I don't have that. So I'm going to start here and then go down and create up and then down a square jaw. I don't have one. And then I go down the neck, okay? And it's as simple as that. Now, ignore the nose for a moment because we're going to use some concealer to help that. I am going to go straight in before I do the concealer. I'm going to go straight into bronzer because I'm going to go over exactly what I did, and then I'm going to show you again side by side. Contour, I love this angled brush. This is by It Cosmetics, and I'm using Bronze Goddess, and I think this is in the lightest one. I think it's 01. And what I do is basically, see how pale we are? We're pale up here. So we're going to start up here, work our way to our temples, and then right along, keeping the majority of the pressure on the angle that's at the bottom, which is right under that jaw. Okay, so we're going to go there, and then we're going to go a little bit more, and then we're going to do the same thing. We're going to go just like we did with the contour, except then we're going to go down the neck. I'm going to go to the middle. I don't have so much to do. Okay, and then I'm going to just hit this nose a little bit just to lighten it. Now, let's talk So, well, let me show you. So let's talk about, if I lift my chin up, you can't see the makeup. You see a definition. So if I come over here and we look at the jaw, it doesn't look to me, it doesn't look as defined as when we come over here. And of course, we're not holding our head up. So let me put my head normal. We look here before, and then we come over here and we look after. Same thing with the jaw. We see no jaw. Here, we have a little bit of a jaw. So I am going to show you how to define this even more, but let's go ahead and I'm going to go ahead and talk about concealer. So concealer is like magic if used correctly. First thing I'm going to do is I am going to go up my nose, okay, because we have, and I am going to go and put some here, because on the other side I am going to, what I should have done, I told you I was going to do this too. Let me put a little bit of the bronzer. There we go. So we have this bronzed, and we're going to highlight the center, which gives a nice glow. So we've got there. Now, with regards to the eye, we are going to put a dot in the center, okay? That will hide any dark circles that you have, and I have a little, kind of like a little birthmark right there. I mean, it really doesn't bother me, but this helps me pull it. Now, if I look down, you can see, what do we have? We have bags, and we have these tear troughs. Nothing I can do about that except for a little makeup trick. So I'm going to put a little dot here, and I'm going to put a little dot here. Very little. Minimal. We want, so now what I'm going to do is just blend that in. I usually start with my nose and just kind of go up, and that's just going to highlight that, which is going to make the nose look thinner. And then we have a few little dots here, and I'm just going to up, 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 up. Now, the next thing I'm going to do is start in the inner corner and go along the tear trough, okay? And then we go up, and I'm going all the way up to the temple, okay? And I'm patting. Then the next thing I do, you can already see how much smoother that looks. Now, I'm gonna bring you in for this particular part. Okay, so we've got that, all right? Now, the next thing I'm going to do, it's like magic powder. The Bella Pierre, it's right here. I tap like all of it off, tiny little bit, and we're just going to pat right underneath that, and boom, vanish. Now, let's look. Tear trough, bag. Where's that tear trough at? It's there, but it looks so much better. Where's that bag at? It's there. It just looks so much better. So pat, pat, pat. So let me finish patting. Okay, and then I go over the nose. So wherever I put that concealer, I'm going to put it. So see the difference? The other thing, why did I put a spot here? To pull the eye up. So look here. Droopy. Over here. Lifted. Okay, now since we're in the powder, I'm going to take a little Coty Airspun powder, and between where the cheekbone is and my jawline, I'm going to bake right here. The reason for this is it will take off any excess contour that I may have gotten in, and allow this to really stand out a little bit more. So we'll let that sit out the bottom lashes. So let's go back into Embrace Yourself. Let's go back into this gorgeous palette. Go into Accepting. Just a little color right here. Oh, these colors are going to be stunning from fall. And I'm mainly just going to go into the outer V. And then remember how I said there was that little flick? So I sort of just flick up and then bring in and meet up with the crease. Then I think that I will go in with Change, which is this pretty maroon fall. Again, same brush. So I'm going right over it, and I'm going to just blow this out a little bit. And there we go. Now I need that small little brush again because we're gonna add a Victoria's. This is from Conquer Within, the little shimmer. I'm going to go in this V right here. Sumptuous Extreme. Lauder's Romantic Rose. This is their limited edition. The packaging is stunning and I like this one. So just a few little taps and I'm going to start up high and work my way down, and I don't go near the apple here because we're going to do something else without the apple of the cheek. So just a little bit. And what's great is, see that powder sitting there? When I brush it off, it's going to brush any excess off as well. So we have that, and then I'm going to go ahead and take a big fluffy brush and just brush off the powder. Now, we are going to do lips. I'm probably going to do full lips. It's hard to do a half a lip because, I don't know, I just don't think it works really well. So I have a few lip liners that I love, but I will say tried and true, more mature lips is the Estee Lauder, okay? Estee Lauder's Spice. What I love about Estee Lauder's lip liners are, one, they'll last all day. Two, they never run into their fine lines. Three, they're moisturizing as heck. So you could literally, you know, line your whole lips with the lip liner and it'd be great. So now let's pick a lip product. There's a couple ways of doing this. If you want to continue, you know, I use City Lips, the clear. I use it every day when I'm putting makeup on. But if you want to continue with that plumping lip gloss feel, I would go with City Beauty's Plumping Lip Gloss color. I think I'm gonna go with the Plumping Lip Cream. It tends to stay on a little bit longer, and I also love the color. So this is in the color Pink Taupe. So let's go ahead and use this. And so it's a really pretty nude. Now you will get a hint of peppermint with this, and then just let it dry. It's going to be extremely moisturizing. It's not going to dry your lips out. If you want to put a little lip gloss on it, so let it dry. Okay, gorgeous. Let's bring you in a little bit. Just, okay, I think we can take the little clips out of my hair. Makes a difference, doesn't it? So let's, once this dries, there you go. So it adds a little bit of a shimmer to it. Absolutely. Now the other thing, let's add a little highlight. Now, highlights can be tricky, but let's do a very muted highlight today. The first thing I have to do though, spray your face. This is my big, huge trick. Let me get everything ready though. Okay, so we're gonna use the All Nighter Setting Spray by Urban Decay, and then I'm gonna use the Clinique Chubby Stick. All right, here we go. So, spray, okay, one, yay. And then two, I'm gonna add a little on the nose, and then find that apple right there, give it a little pat in. You can pat it in because your face has a little bit of a dewy mist to it, and then just pat it up. And lift, 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 lift. Now, I do realize that I can still see here. I'm not done. I have to do the other side of my face. So I am going to match everything up. All right, let's talk about, and let's look at the before and after. Let's talk about the eyes first. All right, let's zoom just a little bit. Let's talk about the eyes. Okay, Number one is a primer. I love a primer because it brightens the eye, okay? And it takes away any of those little, you know, broken capillaries or little age spots we might have, or this is where the cat scratched me. And so it just gives a nice base. It also helps your eyeshadow. It's number one. Number two, brow. Boy, get the I'm telling you guys, try this brow product. If you have brows, if you're drawing brows on, this is not gonna work for you. But if you already have brows and you just need a lift and a little more color and a little more definition, look at the difference. Okay, now as far as eyeshadow, I'm going to close my eyes here so you can see the colors. Oh God, I love the Real Her palette, and this one, oh my gosh, Embrace Yourself. Ooh, these colors are gorgeous. Beautiful. The trick, if you have hooded eyes, start high with the transition, leave just a little space to get that lift. If you look at my eyes, you can see that it looks more lifted. The other thing is, if you're going to use an eyeliner, I use an inner rim liner or use no eyeliner at all. This is a big one. I know a lot of you don't use false eyelashes, but they do make a world of difference when you find the one that fits your eye shape. I love the ones that have the smaller lashes here in the center. The tallest are in the middle of the eye, bringing the eye up, and then these are a little bit shorter. They're not as short as the inner corner, of course, and that just elongates the eye. Now let's talk about the face. One, sunscreen. Of course, it protects the sun, but choose a sunscreen that does more than one thing. Choose a sunscreen that's going to be a multitasker. The City Beauty Perfecting Daily Veil does 3 things. 1, it has anti-aging. 2, it protects against UVA and UVB rays. And 3rd, it is a primer. So it is a pore filler. It is phenomenal. The difference is astronomical. I'm telling you, if you try one product from City Beauty, try that one. The next is contour and, let's do contour and concealer and bronzer. They all sort of play a role. Contour and concealer can really change your face shape, or add a cheekbone or a jawline, or deter from a bag, or deter from deter from the tear trough. So let's look at that. Okay, here we go. So let's talk about cheek. If I turn here, it's just flat, right? There's nothing here, no defining, and I'm not the best at contouring by any means, but when you look here, and especially when you smile, I have a cheek, and I have a very large apple because I have highlighted it. The jawline, over here, weak, undefined, ill-defined. Over here, stronger. And when I lift up, it's not like you see the makeup. I'm looking in the mirror, I'm looking at a 10X. We're not seeing makeup because we've blended. And we've blended with then the warming of the skin with the bronzer. Concealer, especially with the eyes. Oh my gosh, 3 little dots for me will hide the little imperfections that I have in the corner and the dark circles. Then I put a dot here and a here. The ones for here and here, when I go along that tear trough, it almost makes it disappear because we're putting light where there is darkness, because that is an indentation, right? So there's darkness there. We need to add light to it, and that's why you add the contour. You do not put it on your bag, or otherwise the bag's gonna show. So what I do is do the majority of the work here, and what's left on the beauty, on the Blendiful, is I blend it up just enough to cover. And then here, the reason for that dot is to pull this up. And now we look. I will even look down. You look here, and if you look here, the only thing you're really seeing is that bag. That tear trough has pretty much disappeared. It's pretty amazing to me what makeup can do. And then looking here, this looks kind of droopy, sad. This looks much happier. And then adding a little bit of powder here. I know we shouldn't bake at our age, but if you bake right here, just right here, that just accentuates the work that you've done here, and it takes 5 seconds. We talked about eyebrows, we talked about doing the blush starting from here and here. You don't want it all over your face. You don't want it way down here because it's pulling everything down. Keep everything high, basically. But if you want to just pop that apple of the cheek, spray a little setting spray. And whether you use the Clinique, I use the Juno, I use the one from Real Her, and I've used powder and cream, it doesn't matter. It will give you that look. And then lips, use a Plumping Lip Gloss. I love the one from City Beauty. I use it in clear, and I put it on while I'm putting the rest of my makeup off. I take that off. I pick a lip liner that is not going to allow lipstick to bleed into my lines, and where I can overline a little bit, because as I've aged, even my lips, I have full lips, you know, they've gotten a little bit thinner at the top. So I overline a tiny bit. And by using the City Beauty Plumping Lip Gloss, by overlip, it kind of fills in those lines a little. And then we use the Estee Lauder. It's one of my favorites because it will never fail you. And then if you want to continue to keep a lush lip or a plumped lip, use the City Beauty Plumping Lip Glosses or the City Beauty Matte Lip Glosses, lip cream lips. All of them have beautiful colors. So I did 2 today. I did the City Beauty, the color that I used was, today I used the Pink Taupe, which is a matte plumping. And then on top of it, I used the Plumping Lip Gloss, which is Los Angeles. And I used the 2 together, and it's beautiful. It's a great natural nude, goes with what you're wearing. If you wanted a more pronounced color, because today I could have really added another little pop of color. This one is gorgeous. This one is in, no, there's no reading these without glasses. Rosy Mauve. There's Rosy Mauve. This is beautiful. Look at that color. I could have easily done Rosy Mauve with the color that I was going with, but I go through, look at this one. Look. Do I have another one as a backup? Yep, I only have this much left. I go through the clear like there's no tomorrow. I love it. Every day I use it. Now, the other very important part is once you put the concealer into the eye, find a powder that is like super finely milled. The Bella Pierre is by far the best finishing powder I have ever tried. I am obsessed by it. You take the smallest amount and you just click, you know, you just put under there. So that's it, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, be sure to give it a thumbs up. As always, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye, guys.